You care too much about what others think, and it's slowing you down. Stop right now if you want to be unstoppable. The truth is, every time you overthink what people might say, you're chaining yourself to their opinions. You're handing them the key to your happiness, your decisions, your life. I am the guardian of my mind. The world does not sway me. That's your mantra. I want you to pause right now and comment, I am the guardian of my mind. The world does not sway me. Below. Do it to solidify this manifesto in your reality. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoics, once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." Every time you crave approval, you are poor in spirit. You are rich only when you control what matters, in your own mind. Caring too much is costly. It's like watering a fake plant. No matter how much effort you put in, nothing real grows. The secret is detaching from the judgment of others. Focus instead on your principles and values. Let me share a quick story. Epictetus, a former slave, became one of the most respected Stoic philosophers. Despite his past, he didn't let people's perceptions define him. Instead, he focused on what he could control, his thoughts, his actions. That made him untouchable. Reflect on this and anchor it to your life. You must decide your worth, not others. The cost of caring too much? It's losing yourself. Reclaim control. Reject the noise. Embrace your own voice. 1. Indifference Armor, wearing thick skin. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoics, once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." Every time you crave approval, you are poor in spirit. You are rich only when you control what matters, in your own mind. Caring too much is costly. It's like watering a fake plant. No matter how much effort you put in, nothing real grows. The secret is detaching from the judgment of others. Focus instead on your principles and values. Let me share a quick story. Epictetus, a former slave, became one of the most respected Stoic philosophers. Despite his past, he didn't let people's perceptions define him. Instead, he focused on what he could control, his thoughts, his actions. That made him untouchable. Reflect on this and anchor it to your life. You must decide your worth, not others. The cost of caring too much? It's losing yourself. Reclaim control. Reject the noise. Embrace your own voice. Now, let's wrap your mind in the indifference armor, because what you allow to affect you is your choice. Picture a modern-day shield. It's not made from bronze or wood, but from something far stronger, the fabric of your own thoughts, stitched together with wisdom and reason. This shield stands firm against the slings and arrows of criticism. Seneca, another Stoic, taught that what others say about you is none of your business. Here's why. Allowing someone else's negativity or approval to dictate your inner peace gives away your control. Imagine you're carrying an invisible weight. It slows you down and fills your day with unnecessary anxiety. Every critical word adds to this unnecessary burden. Instead, focus on strengthening your inner citadel. Your mind needs walls, just like a fortress does. Walls built from knowing who you truly are and what you stand for. When you arm yourself with indifference, negativity bounces off like pebbles on steel. You remain unaffected, untroubled. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Internalize that. You can be among chaos and still be the calm at the center of the storm. And here's where it gets really powerful. If you want to keep receiving these reminders, click the subscribe button now. It's a small action for you, but a giant step for your mind. All right, once you've got that indifference armor on, you start to see things differently. An insult? Merely noise. Criticism? Feedback you can sift through, pick the useful parts, and discard the rest. You transform every negative into an opportunity to test and prove your armor. So turn inward. Reflect as Epictetus did. Evaluate yourself by your own standards, ensuring they are aligned with virtue and wisdom. The world will chatter, but with your indifference armor, you walk steady and sure, feeling the freedom of being untouchable. 2. The Inner Citadel, fortress of the mind. Now, as you dig deeper into this concept, imagine your mind as a fortress, unbreachable and unwavering. This is your inner citadel. Picture powerful walls built with bricks of wisdom, reason, and virtue. So how do you fortify these walls? Start with what the Stoics taught us. Control what is within, ignore what's outside. Seneca often said, "He who is brave is free." Your bravery comes from self-control, the ability to face each day with a clear mind, uncluttered by fears or doubts thrown by the outside world. Think of the inner citadel as a mental stronghold. Each time someone throws negativity your way or life throws challenges, these walls protect you. Picture this like a shield. You deflect unnecessary stress and focus on what matters, your growth and integrity. Instead of a messy mind, you achieve clarity and peace. There's a story worth remembering here. When a major political storm threatened his comfort and safety, Cato, the great Roman Stoic, stayed unmoved. His inner citadel remained strong. Instead of reacting with anger or fear, he kept his commitment to integrity and virtue. It's why, even in turmoil, he was respected and revered. Imagine yourself embodying that same fortitude. Silence the noise. Channel your energy towards your own growth. There's a strength, an untapped potential within you. The best part? Tapping into it makes external chaos irrelevant. If you want to keep receiving these reminders, click the subscribe button now. It's a small action for you, but a giant step for your mind. All right, back to fortifying that citadel. Every obstacle, every hater becomes a test. You decide how to respond. They challenge you, but they also reveal your strength. Stand firm in your citadel and remember, you define your worth. Embrace Marcus Aurelius's words. Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them. With your inner citadel thriving, you aren't just surviving, you're thriving. In this space, the noise quiets, peace fluffs its wings, and you become truly untouchable. 3. Anchor of peace, grounding in values. You are about to miss a crucial truth. The world can flood your mind with chaos. Don't let that noise drown out your own values. Stand firm and grounded. Your values are your compass. They guide you through the storm, through judgment, through doubt. I live through my values. I stand unshaken. I want you to pause right now and comment, I live through my values. I stand unshaken, below. Do it to solidify this manifesto in your reality. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. Picture this. You feel the world is against you. Critics surround you like a sea, yet you stand tall. How? By anchoring in your values. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Reaction is your choice. It's your power. Values give you stability in decision-making. They are your pillars. Imagine your values as a sturdy ship in turbulent seas. Life-changing decisions or small daily choices, they're all influenced by this anchor. When you filter every decision through this lens, distractions blur away. They lose power over you. Grounding in values is not about shutting out the world. It's about engaging with it on your terms. Remember, Seneca taught, choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Negative words? They fall flat. Naysayers only succeed if they shift you from your course. Safeguard yourself with your principles. When challenges come, they're met with resolve, not fear. Pause for 1 second. If this is hitting you, hit that subscribe button. It tells me to keep making these for you. Back to grounding. When your values are clear, decisions become effortless. Your energy? Focused. Your mind? Calm. That's real power. You're untouchable because you act with purpose and not noise. You live with intention, crafting a life of internal peace and external strength. Hold on to what matters. In this noisy world, your values are the calm eye of the storm. Stay rooted, stay strong, and remember, your peace is your power. 4. Hater's mirror. Reflection, not projection. What if your biggest critic is actually holding a mirror up to your own insecurities? Imagine this. Every negative word is merely a reflection, not a projection. Here's the power move. Recognize that what others say about you often reveals more about them and their inner battles than it does about you. Epictetus once said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The insults, the criticism, they're the universe holding up a mirror, telling you to look within. Use it. Instead of retaliation or retreat, let it be a moment of self-reflection. What truth, if any, is revealed? Does it challenge you to grow, or is it a shadow of someone else's inner conflict? Consider a modern workplace scenario. A colleague constantly belittles your ideas. Rather than getting defensive, pause. Look into the hater's mirror. Are they projecting their fear of inadequacy, or is there a kernel of truth to consider? This shift from projection to reflection is what separates the mentally untouchable from the easily swayed. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You always own the option of having no opinion." Here's the secret weapon. Stop giving negative opinions space to live rent-free in your mind. Transform them into tools for introspection and improvement. Remember, anything that hinders your peace is not worth your time. If this insight is hitting home, remember, it's our reflections, not others' projections, that define us. If you want to keep receiving these reminders, click the subscribe button now. It's a small action for you, but a giant step for your mind. Now, back to the essence. Each criticism is a chance to look deeper within, to redefine, to strengthen, to prove to yourself that your peace and power lie in your reactions. I dare you to ask, what are these mirrors in your life showing you? How can this reflection help you grow stronger and wiser? Let others' negativity be a spotlight on your areas for growth, not a shadow over your day. You control your response. Reflect, adapt, and move forward with newfound clarity and strength. Let every reflection illuminate your path ahead. 5. Vapor tactics. Dissolving negative energy. Stop dwelling on the negativity that seeps into your day. It's time to act with intention and dissolve this toxic energy as naturally as vapor fades into air. Picture negativity as a cloud that simply vanishes when you release it. Negative energy holds power only if you let it linger. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. These words from Marcus Aurelius remind us how to keep our minds clear and strong. Consider this. The more you focus on someone's poison, the more it spreads in your mind. But what if you could let it float away, leaving you unaffected? Let's dive into the vapor tactics. It involves letting unwanted opinions evaporate before they take root. When someone throws negativity your way, simply observe it. Acknowledge it, then set it adrift. Remember Seneca's wisdom. He is most powerful who has power over himself. You have the ultimate control. You're not a sponge soaking in negativity. You're a breeze, allowing harsh words to pass through and disperse. When someone criticizes your work or questions your choices, envision these opinions as water that rolls off your skin. Do not absorb their doubts. Let's illustrate this. Imagine you're in a meeting. A colleague dismisses your ideas. Instead of internalizing their contempt, breathe deeply. See their words as clouds passing in the sky. They can't touch you unless you invite them in. You nod, assess their feedback if it helps, and move on. That's vaporizing negativity into thin air. Pause for 1 second. If this is hitting you, hit that subscribe button. It tells me to keep making these for you. And here's the crux. When you master these vapor tactics, you unlock your potential for peace and growth. Strengthening your mental fortress isn't about building thicker walls. It's about cultivating control over what you allow inside. Each time negativity arises, you have a choice. Let it dissolve harmlessly and continue your journey unfettered by others' storms. Conclusively, embracing the vapor tactics is your passage to enduring tranquility. You don't have to escape the storm. Stand firm, let negativity breeze past, and become mentally untouchable. 6. Spartan Serenity. Mastering emotional control. You faced it before, haven't you? That overwhelming surge of emotion when someone seems determined to push your buttons. But here's the shocking truth. You don't have to react. You can master the art of emotional control. I control my response to every situation. I want you to pause right now and comment, "I control my response to every situation," below. Do it to solidify this manifesto in your reality. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. Take cues from the Spartans. Known for their ironclad discipline, they lived in a state of serene focus. They trained to hold the line both physically and mentally. In the chaos of a battlefield, a Spartan's emotions were girded and calm. They understood that a controlled mind is the ultimate weapon. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. It's about recognizing that you cannot control others or what they say. Your control is over only yourself. Imagine emotions as a restless sea. Instead of being tossed by the waves, become the lighthouse, steady and unwavering. Consider this. At work, emotions can flare up unexpectedly. Maybe a project doesn't go as planned. Perhaps a coworker is less than supportive. Breathe deeply. Acknowledge your emotions, then let them pass. Respond with logic and resolve, not with impulsive reactions. Your goal is Spartan serenity. When others attempt to provoke you, stand like a mountain, solid and unaffected. With practice, you become untouchable, not needing external validation or turmoil to determine your inner state. Let me pause here. If you want to keep receiving these reminders, click the subscribe button now. It's a small action for you, but a giant step for your mind. As you step back into your world, carry this ancient wisdom. Harness your emotions. Don't be enslaved by them. It's in this mastery that true clarity and strength shine. Be the lighthouse, strong against the tempest. Use these Stoic tools to become the master of your emotional landscape. The transformation, mental fortitude unleashed. Now visualize yourself on the battlefield of daily life. You're amidst the noise and chaos, yet you're calm. Imagine any scenario: work deadlines, heated debates with loved ones, or social media criticisms. Instead of engaging with frenzy, you lean into your inner fortress. Think of Marcus Aurelius, who amidst ruling a vast empire said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This is your transformation moment. Turn away from what's outside of you and cultivate what's within. When you master this, your mind becomes like still water. No external ripple can disturb your peace. You train yourself to respond, not react. You strengthen your mental muscles through small, consistent actions. Each thought that passes by is like a weight. You decide which to lift and which to let go. This conscious choosing builds resilience. Remember Seneca's wisdom. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Most storms live not in the world, but in your mind. By recognizing this, you unleash an unbreakable spirit. In the course of this journey, doubts may rise. Questions might come and clouds of confusion may form. Here's the curtain call to regain focus. Breathe purposefully. Act with intention. Draw strength from every challenge, learning to bend but not break. This is your Stoic transformation, a lighthouse that remains firm regardless of the raging storm. Keep moving forward with these principles. Be the master of your reality, unshakable and composed. Carry this wisdom and transform chaos into an opportunity for growth. Your mental fortitude is now unleashed.